It's a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Xavier, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and our company. I don't generally do pitches, but I also have to say that none of what I'm going to say here should be construed as investment advice, and you should seek lawyers to help you with all of that. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we do and who I am, and first off, my name is Xavier, and yes, that's my real name, and no, I'm not related to the skater. But I am here as one of the early pioneers in this space. In fact, I was on, not this stage, but a stage very close to here back in 2014, launching right alongside Phireon at this very conference. When I was 17 years old, I started and built a home health agency in one of the most highly regulated industries in the world from the ground up. We recently sold that in my late mid-20s. I kind of retired and started building out of a hobby a community up in North Carolina where I was looking for an internal accounting mechanism. And I came across Bitcoin in around 2012. In 2013, I jumped all in. And in 2014, I designed and architected the world's first asset-backed, decentralized, self-governing cryptocurrency, which involved a lot of the components that the fellow that came up to people before me was speaking about. From there, I went, and Bernard Lietaer, the chief architect of the euro, came and joined my team. He sought me out, and he said, you understand governance, you understand asset backing, and you understand currency design. We worked together, and we were the first people to negotiate a cryptocurrency for a nation, which involved a asset-backed trade reference currency for international trade business partners. Then from there, we get fast forward to now. I'm standing here and I'm saying, my goodness, what has happened in all of that time that brought us to where we are today? Understandably, you know, I also had the distinct pleasure of being called by the SEC by name as a security, distinct at that moment in 2014, which is a very unique experience and very troubling at the time because there was no precedent for any of this at that moment. However, I'm going to pause for effect there because when we think about what's going on in this space right now, and we say, look at all of these currencies, I don't think anybody would be here if the value of these tokens didn't fluctuate wildly up and down, mostly up, right? So that looks to me like a security, and I think that a lot of the tokens, when I look at them, I want to make sure that they're doing things right and make sure that they're going by the books and making sure that they have longevity baked in mind. So as a 506c, we look for only accredited investors, right? And we do stringent KYC. I've spoken on stages all over the world. I've taught at the Oxford Said Business School about blockchain implementation and development. Been on Max Kaiser, interviewed by John Najarian. A lot of our clients are international governments, enterprise-level corporations. On the table right now, well, first let me tell you about our team. We've got a world-class team that I'm distinctly honored to be working with. Like I said, Bernard Lietaer, the chief architect of the euro. He literally wrote the book on currencies. David Orban, I call him the godfather of ICOs. He does not like that. But he was instrumental in Ethereum's ICO, and he's been around since the jump. Alex Lightman has designed the 4G wireless system that we all use today on our cell phones. Robbie Dermody, who's here, is a founder of Counterparty. We've got tons of friends in this space, most of the people you've seen on stage. In fact, a lot of the projects and companies here in the world of Bitcoin and the blockchain are here because of some of the talks we all gave back in the day, some of the ideas we had starting out in this space. Some of the deals we have on the table right now, I'll keep them very limited, but we have a government in Africa that would like their own currency right now, with a governance baked in. We have a transcontinental railway system that wants their own ticketing system and their own currency to be on that railway system. We've designed kiosks for KYC infrastructure and last mile infrastructure in Africa that would provide biometric KYC for the SIM card buyers of the cell phone networks, which, as we know, are some of the most important networks in Africa at this time. Each one of these 9- and 10-figure deals, a portion of those profits get shared back to our FI token holders as part of a dividend-paying mechanism, one of the first of its kind in this space, and clearly a security. Along with our crypto holdings and an off-grid hydroelectric-powered multi-million-dollar mining operation, as well as real estate to provide downside protection. We have a private sale coming up in a couple weeks, and we have a friends and family round that's happening that's almost closed. When we look at what's happening in the world right now, you know, we've gone from traditional mail to email. Everything's going digital, obviously. So it just makes sense that our currency and our ability to transact and to enact ideology, impact, all of these wonderful things that we do as humans, we now can do at the speed of light, ones and zeros, with a secure system that's getting faster every day. So as we look at the future that we're building, and we look around in this room and all the people that we're here with and the people that, you know, I've had friends from, 4 years ago. It seems like forever, but it moves so fast in this space. You look around and you say, how can I bring value? How can I help? How can I end poverty? We actually have the ability to do that now with the currencies that are being developed. Proper use of governance, proper use of the blockchain and payments. We come together to help one another, to help build a sane, more balanced world. And we do this through business. We do this through consultation, we do this through currency, we do this through all of the means and efforts that we are putting forth. As we're building a new world that can transact at the speed of light, we have to ask ourselves, how do we want that world to be? I personally would like it in balance, with compassion, and a brotherhood of humanity. This does not preclude making real good profits. And with that, I want to thank you for your time and attention. I am Xavier Hawk. I will only be here for an hour or so, and I do not carry cards. If you want to speak to me, you may do so afterwards. Thank you.